LOK Publishing presents The Prisoner of Tardalim, the first prequel novel of Tales of the Amulet by Zangari and Robert Zangari. Read for you by Michael Kramer. The sun was nearing the eastern horizon when Abodal reached the private road leading to his family's woodland estate. It had been in Abodal's family for 8 generations and was the only home he had ever known. Home at last, Abodal smiled, quickening his gait. Insects chirped all along the path. Lightstone-lit lampposts lined the paved road, dispelling shadows cast by vast trees. The road wound back and forth before emptying into a large oblong grove, nearly 20 fedans in size, an area equal to 5 city blocks. At the heart of the grove sat the Aramean estate house. The estate house was more than just a home. Some people might have considered it a small palace. Dark brown stone covered much of the lavish abode, and several walls were covered with fine beige plaster. Windows lined much of the estate house, with lightstone-lit candelabras on their sills. The house was wider than it was deep, with east and west wings. It rose 3 stories in some places, with steep, peaked roofs. There was a 4th floor, but most of it was contained within the roof. The only windows on those floors were dormers. Several turrets rose from the rooftops, each topped with golden statues depicting menacing creatures. Abodal became giddy upon seeing his family's home. He dashed down the private road and whooped triumphantly as he neared the 7-tiered fountain in front of the house, throwing a fist into the air. Hopefully that gets someone's attention, he thought, rounding the fountain. A horse let out a sudden whinny. Not what I intended. He glanced to his right, where a horse-drawn carriage was parked within the coach gateway leading to the stables. The horse whinnied again, stamping its hooves. "Whoa!" Abodal cried, attempting to soothe the horse. "It's all right. I'm just excited to be home, that's all." Abodal examined the carriage from afar, trying to glean a clue as to his family's guests. A red emblem was painted on the carriage door, but it was partially obscured. Are those tentacles or snakes? He couldn't recall which nobles of the Principality had a red emblem for a crest. The horse quieted, and Abodal continued toward the home's main entrance. The path leading to the large portico was lined with golden statues of the great serpentine creatures from various myths and legends, dragons. Shadows danced across the parlor's windows. His father must be entertaining in there. Abodal expected someone to open the ornate double doors before he reached them, but they were still shut when he grabbed the knob. "Odd," he muttered, twisting the right knob. His father always kept the left one locked. The door clicked open and Abodal stepped inside. A hushed conversation carried from the parlor, the words indistinguishable. He recognized his father's strong voice, but not the other, a woman's sultry tones. Abodal closed the door behind him, expecting his father to step out of the parlor. Did he not hear the door? Confused, Abodal opened the door again and shut it louder than before, turning expectantly to the parlor's archway. The conversation ceased and was replaced by footsteps. Then Abodal's father stepped into the archway. If Abodal had ever wondered what he would look like in his old age, he needed to look no farther than his father. Aranil Aramean stood in the archway, dumbfounded by the sight of his son. It was as if Abodal had stepped through a portal directly into the foyer. "Did you think I was dead too?" Abodal asked. The surprise on Aranil's face was replaced with delight. You made it!" Aranil exclaimed, hurrying across the foyer. He nearly tackled Abodal and held him tight. Abodal felt something trickle down his neck. Were those tears? Aranil pulled back, but held on to Abodal. "Oh, my son, you're alive. A little scraggly, but alive nonetheless. Tell me, did you succeed?" Abodal nodded and was about to elaborate when the visitor entered the foyer, a tall and slender woman. She wore a crimson blouse and tight pants of the same color with matching boots. On her right hand was a single blood-red glove adorned with silver rivets, with a silver band rimming its cuff. Her hair was the deepest black and cascaded almost to her waist, framing her thin face. She had a sharp nose and tiny lips. Her face was made up with eyeshadow that accented her striking violet eyes. Violet eyes?